आ लो आ जाओ।
लोग खिला दिया Genshin।
अरे जेंशिन नहीं खेलेंगे तो काम कैसे चलेगा?
धंधा नहीं चलेगा है।
धंधा नहीं चलेगा।
धंधा नहीं चलता
धंधा
अपना।
बर्बाद हो जाएगा। धंधा बर्बाद हो जाएगा।
धंधा नहीं चलता अपना। Genshin से तो हमारी रोजी रोटी है।
इसी में कुछ करने को लगता है मन। बाकी कुछ कैसे लगता ही नहीं। टड़ाड़ा टड़ाड़ा टा। मैं गाना सुन रहा हूँ, पता नहीं कॉपीराइट की है कि वो लगा रहा हूँ। हाँ रिकॉर्ड। स्टोरी पहले स्टोरी करें या पहले वो करना है?
अब इस बंदे ने क्या भेजा भाई? यार ये पता नहीं क्या ग्लिच चल रहा है, दिखाते ही नहीं चैट।
तेरा लाइफ का मेरे को वो नहीं आया नोटिफिकेशन।
घटिया फोन है, दीवारों पे
तो
रखते हैं।
जित जितना लाइक करते हैं उतना ज्यादा वो होता है, क्या बोलते हैं, दूसरों पे हो जाती है।
लाइक मार दो गाइस दबा के दफ्तर, इसी बात पे
दबा के लाइक मारो।
दबा के कि फोन की स्क्रीन टूट जाए।
बाद में पता चला।
स्क्रीन टूट जाए ऐसे दबा के मार दो भाई।
Sounds good to me.
शेयर वेयर कर दो दबा के।
बस फिर बाद में हमें मत बोलना
हम्म।
स्क्रीन टूट गया।
नहीं बोलना है, सैंडी को बोलना, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, किसी काम का नहीं है। दबा के मार दो लाइक वाइक शेयर वेयर, नहीं हो तो सब्सक्राइब मारो भाई। अरे यार
ग्लिची को तो शॉप पे चले जाए।
Quietly now.
ये सैंडियो की जो वॉचिंग आ रही है भाई, वो ग्लिची मैक्स को सब्सक्राइब करे भाई।
कोई आई देखी मैंने क्या करेगा?
Give up. Busted.
हम घड़ी लोग आई कांटेक्ट।
Into the wind. Fallen leaves adorn my night.
Cut to the chase. Quietly now.
दबा के लाइक शेयर मार दीजिए जो है।
चैनल पे और लाइक नहीं मारेंगे काम कैसे चलेगा?
आज हम काम करेंगे काज़ुहा की बुक टैलेंट।
तेरे पास नहीं है वो? मेरे पास भर के पड़ी हुई है पता है।
वो मैंने 8 कर भी दिया टैलेंट। अब खत्म हो गई ना, अब थोड़े से फार्म करेंगे।
हमें चुपके से बिना फाइट करे वो सामान उठाना है, क्योंकि हमें
अरे
फाइट नहीं
तो
करनी है।
घटिया चीज होती है, तो घुस जाता था।
Time to go. Wind strider.
रोजारिया का जो पहले वाला ड्रेस था ना वो बढ़िया था पता है।
पसंद के ऊपर है।
नहीं मुझे तो वो बढ़िया था, उसमें ज्यादा वो भी दिख रही थी ना।
हम हियर मदरफकर। ओए कोई नहीं मारेगा।
One with nature.
अभी आया।
कुछ नहीं हुआ, कुछ नहीं हुआ, काज़ुहा कुछ नहीं हुआ भाई, किसी ने कुछ नहीं देखा।
पीड़ा सॉनिक खेलना है। ओह परफेक्ट।
लुक फॉर द पिजन्स, बताओ यही तो काम रह गया हमारा। करेक्ट करा।
Time to go.
ओए रह गया। सैड लाइफ। नहीं हुआ क्या? मार दिया मैंने लेकिन उसे काउंट नहीं करा।
Take it easy.
खत्म। ये तो चालू तो साथ ही खत्म हो गया।
Time to go.
चलता चालू होते ही खत्म हो गया। तो सफाई करने के लिए बुलाते रहेंगे हमेशा। काम वाली बाई बना के रखा है।
The wind knows me.
I got it.
बच्ची हो क्या?
थोड़े बच्चे है क्या? रो दे ही रहे।
Time to go. Yeah.
देखा बोला था ना सफाई करने के लिए देगी।
ये इतना घटिया कमीशन है। पहले उधर से क्लियर करके आओ, फिर इधर जाके रिपोर्ट दो, इधर से जाके आओ फिर उधर जाके रिपोर्ट दो। अबे भाई एक बार कर दो यार। विश्वास नाम की चीज नहीं है भाई।
इनजुमा में
नहीं, मॉन्स्टर में होता है वो पिजन वाला। तुम इधर से उधर
अच्छा
कराते रहते
वो
हैं भाई। विश्वास नाम की कोई चीज नहीं है क्या? एक बार बता दिया कि कर दिया तो कर दिया। बेचते रहेंगे भाई बार बार।
छोटा बच्चा भी लाइक मेरे पिजन लेके भाग गया।
Time to go. The wind knows me. One with nature.
Here comes the catch.
You are already dead.
Add Astra.
डो
Thank you for.
काट मिल गया। इवेंट के अंदर से कम से कम 10,000 वो प्रमोशन मिलेंगे कह रहे हैं।
कौन सा इवेंट? मेरे को तो कुछ दिख ही नहीं रहा।
अरे कल जो आएगा। नहीं लिया। इधर
चलो भाई डोमेन कर लेते हैं।
Take it easy.
रुक जा, आ रहा हूँ तेरे बाजू में।
पहले काजू का टैलेंट कर लेते हैं ना। बुक वुक नहीं दी क्या? साले गरीब लोग बुक वगैरह कुछ नहीं दी। बोल रहे हैं कि काजू का नॉर्मल टैलेंट भी डेवलप करना चाहिए क्योंकि वो प्लंज डैमेज करता है ना, तो उससे डैमेज बढ़ता है उसका। अरे यार करो ना करो, मैं सोच रहा हूँ।
मत कर रहा, मत कर।
नहीं सोच रहा हूँ, नहीं कर रहा हूँ। क्या? अबे यार ये डोमेन फ्राइडे
Navigating
को
the world
आएगा।
is a whole lot easier with a few different identities to
चला जा
choose
बीवी का।
from. Need me to come up with some for you?
Mondstadt welcomes you.
मैं तो बुक वाला करूंगा। काजो का 80 कर देता हूँ, 90 कर देता हूँ उसको।
मैं रुक नहीं सकता पर है, लिमिटेशन खत्म खर्च करनी।
Take it easy.
अब मुझे सारा भी बिल्ड करनी है वैसे तो। हाँ सही बोल रहा है, सारा बिल्ड कर ले देख लेता हूँ।
मामा का रुक जा, अभी वो उतना रहने दो उसको, जब वो आएगा कर लिया उसको। अभी कल मिलने लगेगा, और तूने अभी वो भी नहीं कंप्लीट किया, पता है क्या बोलते हैं? वो
Shine down. Wouldn't
क्या?
gliding be faster?
क्या कह रहा हूँ मैं?
Time for takeoff.
चल
Brace yourself. There is no escape. Torn to oblivion.
Test subject.
बैनेट
वन
का
टैप
घटिया
दिया
था।
था, वन टैप दिया था रेडन में, तब भी ऐसा फुल एनर्जी चार्ज हो गई। मैंने 150 के हिट कर दिया काजुआ बेनेट और जोंगली के साथ, और रेडन 150 के। अच्छा सिर्फ जोंगली था, जबकि अगर मोना ले लेता ना जोंगली के बजाय, तब तो ऐसा
सेंस
इजीली
का
से।
एलिमेंट्री मास्टर मिल गया।
बहुत बढ़िया। काजुआ के लिए तो हो गया, चल हो गया।
अभी उसके लिए भी एलिमेंट्री मास्टर चाहिए ना शायद, उसके
गॉबलेट वगैरह।
गॉबलेट के लिए।
हम्म।
आजा कर। अब बैनेट लकी है क्या आज?
ना ही नेवर इज लकी। रेडी कर दिया था।
पर बैनेट नहीं दिलाया अभी मेरे को।
ऐसे स्काई मार दो, जो देख रहा है ओ।
Illusion shattered.
मेरे पता है एक आध की वॉचिंग आती रहती है, लेकिन कोई कमेंट वगैरह नहीं करता है। कमेंट मार
Think
देख
you
लो
can
भाई।
अरे
run
वो
away?
अपना ही दिखाता है।
नहीं, मेरे हाथ
Summer
ही है।
shines eternal.
हाँ तो होते हैं, कोई तो लौंडे होते हैं
Wrong test subject.
20 हुआ
जो
यार।
आते हैं, लेकिन
20
इससे
मार्क्स है।
कम होते हैं।
वो भी है। कोई दिक्कत वाली बात नहीं है ऐसा।
प्लीज 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 काजो के आर्टिफैक्ट। हाँ फेदर दिया है। देख रहा है, हीलिंग वाले जो आर्टिफैक्ट स्पीड दबा के देंगे, मतलब सब स्टैट में। हाँ बैनेट का लक खत्म हो गया।
आ जाएगा। अब आ जा।
कर भेजेगा।
नूब है भाई इतना बड़ा।
मेरे को दिखाया नहीं मेरे स्क्रीन पे।
जल्दी कर,
Shine
जल्दी
down.
कर, न्यू रिकॉर्ड बनाएंगे।
स्टार्ट कर, मैं बैंड कटवा रहा
Time
हूँ।
for takeoff. Now you shall perish.
18 का हो सकता है।
17 17।
देगा।
अरे यार छी।
अरे वो भाग 20 सेकंड तक ही होगा, वो भागने भागने में
अबे
जाएगा।
18 तो हमने हाईएस्ट बनाया है।
हाँ तो वो दूसरा डोमेन होगा ना।
इसी में बनाया था।
अच्छा इसी में बनाया था।
There is no escape.
इधर भेज। What are you doing?
अरे यार मैंने स्टार्ट कर दिया, तू भाई तू आ गया।
दबा ही दिया था तुम।
इतने धीरे धीरे करते हैं तो।
ये हाथ से खेल रहा हूँ।
Shine down. Everybody think you can get away? Inazuma shines eternal.
नाइस, हो सकता है नया। अरे यार,
है।
इस बार क्योंकि मैंने रेड का सिर्फ एक बार चार्ज अटैक मारा था, एक और आधा, उतने में ही मर गए थे।
जी। एनर्जी चार्ज कर दी इस बार सेंट्स। दोनों एनर्जी चार्ज पर रखेंगे, एक काम आएगा। चल तेरा क्या करना है?
सारा का
कुछ
देख
करना
लेते
है
हैं,
तेरे को?
सारा बिल्ड करनी है।
अच्छा तो फिर उस साइड में जाना है।
मैं उससे पहले उसको मैक्स करूंगा ना, 40 को रखिए नुबड़ी। अरे
All the
यार,
world holds dear
सीरियसली
is but a
ये मारना
backdrop
पड़ेगा,
of constant motion.
ये थंडर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग।
I stand before it, alone and
अच्छा ऊपर जाना
unchanging.
पड़ेगा।
सारा को वेपन में फोनियस दूंगा, एनर्जी रिचार्ज करवाएगी तो आके। तो फोनियस साथ में पास
चल
ये
फिर
रहा।
मारने कलेक्ट कर
60 से,
सकते हैं ना?
हाँ हाँ, 60 है, 60 कर ही लूंगा एक बार तो। 69 है, देन नाइस। नाइस नंबर।
तो मैं क्या लेके जाऊँ? बेनेटो ले लूँ?
जाओ ले ले भाई, मैं तो बोलता।
हम्म चल मछली में फायदा है ज्यादा। बेनेट का एक जगह रुक जाता है।
ये तो पता है, इतने रो रो के ड्रॉप करता है ना।
This is order.
भागे क्या स्टार्टिंग में?
Freeze to the
मुझे नहीं
core.
पता।
मैं भूल गया।
Things are about to get dicey. I condemn you.
अब इसको हिट ही नहीं होगा, ऊपर ऊपर रहता है वो, उसे हिट ही नहीं होता, इसलिए तो मैं ये लेके आया।
Take it easy.
अरे यार, मैंने मिस कर दिया।
अरे पीछा करेगी।
Game's up. Fun's over. Take it easy.
हाँ,
I will have order.
Shudder.
Solidify.
Allow me. Here comes the catch.
नून दिखा रहा है।
अबे वो तू इलेक्ट्रोस कर रहा होगा ना, तब होता है। काज़ुहा आ गया।
कितने 66 है मुझे अभी 66 है।
3 दिए, नाइस। एक बार तो लेवल अप कर ही लूंगा सारा। लेवल अप करके मैं करूंगा क्या, बड़ा तो पाऊंगा नहीं, असेंड कर पाऊंगा बस उसे।
Power duly assimilated.
वेपन को वो नहीं दे देता हूँ ना।
और कुछ करना है?
हाँ, नहीं तो क्या।
क्या कौन सा डोमेन?
रुक जा अभी। वेपन फोन ज्यादा ठीक रहेगा या फिर रस्टी दूं उसको? वो नहीं दे देता हूँ, काम भी आएगी, एनर्जी रिचार्ज कराएगी दवा पे। रिफाइन कर देता हूँ ना।
क्या है ये? एट द पोल ऑन आई शेल योर ट्रेजर बी नाइस।
आजा अब आजा ले ला एलिमेंट पे। तो इस पे आजा, ये देते हैं ना बुक के, मोरा देते हैं, मोरा देता बुक वाला कहाँ है?
क्या?
ये रहा, यहाँ पे आ।
ये रहा।
Take it easy.
एग्जाम को चेंज कर देते हैं फिर।
हो गया?
कर।
Crush.
भाई सीरियसली इन्हें भेजा हुआ है?
Beg for mercy.
क्या समझ के भेजा इन्हें?
Things are about to get dicey.
As one with wind and cloud. The wind knows.
Blood of frost. Rack and ruin.
अरे देख, जब उठा रहे हैं ना तो उसमें एक नया साइन भी आ रहा है कि तुम्हें कितने मिल रहे हैं वो चीज,
पता है।
है ना? मैंने आप ढूंढ लिया।
The birds call.
Busted. Beg for mercy.
अरे ये भी कलेक्ट करना, एक नया वेपन आएगा उसके लिए टैलेंट चीज का, स्पेक्टर का।
तो वेपन कौन सा मैंने बढ़ाना है? यूज नहीं करना मैंने, काजुआ के लिए वो वेपन। एक सेकंड रुक जा, मुझे बढ़ाने दे काजुआ का लेवल, साथ साथ मैक्स कर देता हूँ ना। एट्टी 85 हुआ।
मैं बस सब कुछ पढ़ा पर मेरे को काजा नहीं। हेलो हेलो हेल्मू, साहिल लगाइए हो तुम। हेल्मू हेल्मू।
Time to go.
लाइक मारो यार, तुमको
हेमलो।
लाइक नहीं मारते तो कम आते हैं।
हेमलो बोल रहे हैं, हेमलो।
The wind knows.
अरे यार मैं भूल भी जाता हूँ, टू पे है वो।
Silver. Quietly now. Beg for mercy.
One with nature. As one with wind and cloud. The wind knows.
अब करो कलेक्ट, टाइल में कलेक्ट करने का ना। गलती से डिसलाइक कर दिया था। अरे गलती से, सब समझ रहा हूँ मैं तुम्हारी गलती।
Time to go.
Busted. Things are about to get dicey.
Into the wind. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Gotcha.
One with nature.
Fun's over. Busted. Blink.
Clouds high. The birds call.
अरे ओ भाई, मरा मरा काजुआ, मर गया। तुमने सीरियसली काजुआ मार दिया भाई, ये कैसा डैमेज दिया अभी?
रुक जा, जिंदा कर ले।
Crush. Gutsy.
अबे मेरे पीछा कर रही है लोमड़ी, देख देख देख।
क्या मेरा पीछा कर रही है?
अच्छी खासी फॉर्म में आ रही थी और पीछा कर दिया उसने।
टाइमर भी चलने लगा कि कितने टाइम के लिए, वो देख।
ये ना अबे चलता था भाई, ये पहले भी था।
Time to go.
ना
वो
ना
रहता है, हाँ वो पहले।
Into the wind.
Beg for mercy. Quietly now.
The wind knows.
Crush.
एक और कर सकता हूँ क्या मैं?
करेगा?
तब हाली एक और उसमें कर तो नहीं सकता शायद से, कंडेंस नहीं है मेरे पास अब। या फिर मेरे पास अभी भी कंडेंस ही था, मैंने नॉर्मल रेजिन यूज किया शायद। 86 ही कर पाया मैं बस भाई, ये क्या बात हुई? एक ही लेवल बढ़ा पाया 2 बार के वो करने से, देख रहा है?
तो इतना सस्ता थोड़ी आता है।
एक सेकंड मेरे को चेक कर लीजिए बस कितने कंडीज पड़े हैं। ऐसे तो अब नहीं पड़े
Shudder.
शायद। नो। अरे
Beg
मेरे
for
पास 3
mercy.
विशेष पड़ी हुई है मैंने यूज नहीं की थी कल। करते हैं ना।
कौन सी नॉर्मल?
हम्म।
चेक कर।
Crush.
F2 F3 ओके।
अब वो
हाँ
मत किया कर, टैब दबा के किया कर, माउस से काम
कुछ
हो
भी
जाएगा।
मिलेगा। कुछ भी नहीं मिलेगा सब चलेगा जो मिलेगा वही चलेगा।
Good
ओके
roll.
पर्पल हुआ।
All right.
बैनेट
Maybe I'll
बैनेट
take
बैनेट या
one
सिंचू
more
बैनेट या
look.
सिंचू। अरे
Might need the
सायू नहीं
rest of
यार
the
छी।
work once I'm feeling up to it.
डोंट फॉरगेट योर बॉय इज बैनेट एंड
बैनेट।
माय इज काजुआ। हाँ हाँ कोई दिक्कत नहीं है बैनेट ही है भाई फेवरेट। कम से कम मैंने बैनेट को इतनी बोला कि मैं बैनेट को हेट करता हूँ बेकार है बैनेट और उसके बाद बैनेट मेरा फेवरेट करेक्टर बना दिया। ओके ऑब्वियसली कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला। यहाँ तो भाई प्रीमो जेम्स ही नहीं है। गरीब हो रखा
चल
हूँ।
रहे फिर।
हाँ
हम
अभी मत जा।
गरीब। चोरी कर रहा हूँ मैं।
क्या करेगा स्टोरी का तू कभी।
प्रीमो जेम चाहिए मेरे को, निकालना है। काजुआ 60 हो रखे हैं, निकलने वाला है।
आई नेवर सेड दैट। हाँ
I got a new letter from an
अबे कौन है।
informant.
टारगेट
Looks
कहाँ
like
से
the
बना रहा है।
situation has changed again.
कौन मार रहा है ये अबे अपने आप बना रहा है भाई ये।
मैं लेके गया उधर। क्या करना है?
जस्ट
जल्दी
मेक
बोलना फिर।
थिंग्स पहले से मारना है।
Gotcha. Here comes the catch.
ओके।
One with wind and cloud.
Quietly now.
One with nature.
मेरी तरह तो मार दिया तुम।
Crush.
काजुआ नहीं मार दिया उसको ज्यादा तो।
तेरा बैनेट बेकार है भाई।
ले। लाइट गई बे। लाइट गई बे। मेरा लैग हो रहा है।
अबे तो मेरा लैग हो रहा है कैसे वो बोल रहा है।
नहीं हो रहा सच्ची में।
Take it
क्या
easy.
लैग नहीं दिखा रहा तेरे स्क्रीन पे।
अटक रहा है साला।
चक रहा ना, अच्छा। क्या यार, गलत टाइम पे लाइट गई यार।
You just make things why would I never lie I never lie।
गलत टाइम पे लाइट गई रे। गंदा लगा रे, लाइट गई। लाइट गई रे, लाइट गई। अब कब आएगी मेरे को पता नहीं।
इन्वर्टर वाले पे लगा दे।
अबे इन्वर्टर वाले पे जाने के लिए पूरा उठाना पड़ेगा सेटअप।
तो लैपटॉप है ना इतना चला ही लेगा भाई कि ऐसा ही निकालते खत्म हो जाएगा।
My lucky day.
मैं वहां जाने पे
Things are about to get dicey.
The wind
रुक
knows.
जा, ट्राई कर।
Clouds high. The birds call.
थोड़ा मैं लाइट करता हूँ।
लेट्स गो बेबी 10K 11K।
Busted.
Finally, no.
साला एक का कूलडाउन में तब हुआ जब होना छट गया।
Take it easy. Here comes the catch.
इन्हें तो मैंने मार दिया भाई ऑब्वियसली कभी ना मार पाऊंगी लेकिन।
Quietly now.
ये एनर्जी रिचार्ज करते चलते बनते हैं।
Time to go.
सारा का देख लेते हैं कुछ। क्या चाहिए होता है सारा को एलिजेंस दे दे दो भाई। कब मैंने फार्म ही नहीं करी एलिजेंस। 12 कर लेता हूँ सारा मैं।
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
ओके ओके ओके, मतलब पहले अटैक बढ़ाना पड़ेगा तब जाके होगा ना। करा क्या, ये अभी भी लगा हुआ है।
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
There's a leaves around. अबे कहाँ चला गया तू? पानी में कहाँ भाग गया?
Things are about to get dicey.
One with nature. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
ओ ब्रदर, आराम से भाई।
Gotcha.
Wind strider.
अरे ब्रदर कैसे मारना मेरे घर?
Quietly now. Here comes the catch.
The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds come.
Take it easy.
नाइस। मेरे मैंने फार्म करा दी थी यार, मैच नहीं हो पाएगा काजवा फिर भी। ये लो, इतने 14 बुक लेता है भाई ये ले लो भाई साहब, क्या था ये? चोरी कर लेते हैं काजवा की, छोड़ो ऐसी की तैसी।
लो अरे आवाज।
हाँ कर दिया,
कर दिया, शिफ्ट कर दिया।
स्टोरी कर लेते हैं। अभी गाना था लास्ट टाइम को याद है।
तेरे जुगाड़ है भाई मेरे कमरे में, मेरे को सपोर्ट ही नहीं दिया भाई, ऐसे ही दिखना था मेरी।
सारा को आराम से बिल्ड करूंगा मैं, ना यूज करने वाला रेजन उस पे।
आना है क्या तेरे वर्ल्ड में?
ना ना, मैंने खुद ही तो किया, मैं स्टोरी कर रहा हूँ।
अच्छा स्टोरी कर रहा है, चल मैं भी स्टोरी करता है। चुप रहियो, मैं स्टोरी में बोल।
मैं सब बता दूंगा तेरे को। अभी मैं उस डोमेन में एंटर करता हूँ, काश वो खड़े हैं। सब बताऊंगा मैं।
Oh, it's you.
Yep.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt decree. Since you're here, you're very welcome to listen in on the conversation. We invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the shogunate. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. Also, I've been granted the chance to correct my clan's past mistakes, and for that, I'm deeply grateful. The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years. The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaidahara name. Regarding the history of the Kaidahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed? In short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the Shogun directly, responsible for upholding and further developing the traditional blade forging arts of the Almighty Shogun. The Kaidahara clan belonged to this class. But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya. Both the Kaidahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight, and entered a period of great turmoil. We later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui. Attributing all of the blame to the Kamisato and Kaedahara clans was neither proper nor just. Considering Mr. Kaedahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the Almighty Shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past. In the interest of preventing further harassment of the Bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our investigations into these matters. We trust you can understand why this was necessary.
This is a true honor. I am delighted to be in a position to receive the goodwill of the Almighty Shogun and the Shogunate at large. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. We seek only to correct a past injustice. With the Kaedahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaedaharas will be bladesmiths once more, and your wanderings will finally come to an end. You will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City with the Almighty Shogun's blessing and full support of the Shogunate.
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode. Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaedahara, and the art of blade making for which it stood. I do have a responsibility to restore their honor.
I sense some hesitation in your words. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we almost wondered whether there was another Kaedahara Kazuha in town.
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaedahara really parried the Shogun's strike. Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaedahara Kazuha was using a delusion began to spread.
What? But that doesn't make sense. Using a delusion turns you old and frail, and Kazuha still looks fine.
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person wielding two elements at once is a more inconceivable notion still.
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject of public discussion, no matter whether it brings suspicion or stardom my way. But perhaps if the Shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
Please allow me some time to consider. In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then, what brings the two of you here?
Yikes! We nearly forgot about the most important thing!
देख
Why
लाइट
would such a
वापस आ भी गई और
dangerous individual
चेंज
be
नहीं करता तो
looking
हो
for
ही जाता
me?
काम पर भाई ये थोड़ी देर लैग थी
Do you have any siblings? Could it be some you trained with under the same master?
No.
ओह
This puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. We undergo rigorous training to standardize every motion the blade is put through, so that each can be fairly assessed for quality. Over time, these techniques came to form something of a Kaedahara sword art, focused on blade testing, but with a full repertoire of combat forms. Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones typically used by samurai in battle. So it's hard to imagine that the similarity you speak of was coincidence alone.
All the more reason to watch your back! This guy was a serious nutcase.
Indeed. He sounds highly aggressive. Anyone he targets is at risk of serious injury, or worse.
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
Thank you. I must say I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to consider your offer. I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who attacked him, then give you a conclusive answer upon my return.
Very well. Please stay safe.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
Okay.
The detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town.
Book mili, level up. 57. Relax. Oh.
Let's see what we...
Oye, acá teniendo no. Ya bailé. Para. Hotteri. 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 Oro vai. Oh.
Time to go. Time to go.
Hey there! We'd like to ask you a quick question. Do you know if anyone around here has been looking for him? For Kaidahara Kazuha, we mean.
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr. Kaidehara. I've heard a lot about you. It is an honor to finally meet you today.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any help you can offer.
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Let me think. I can't seem to recall anything of immediate interest. Mr. Kaidehara is currently the talk of the town, so there are always a lot of people looking for him. To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaidehara's personal information. Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want. If these were more legitimate
Why?
commissions, Sango would have snapped them up in an instant.
Millions? Of Mora?
Hmm.
Oh, wait. Even at that price, you probably still shouldn't.
Please, accept my thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. We don't make our money by revealing details of other people's day-to-day life just for the sake of it. Sorry, I got a little off topic. What I'm really trying to say is, it doesn't surprise me that a complete stranger is looking for Mr. Kaedehara. But I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to connect this with an assault.
Then let's put that connection aside for now. Have there been any other attacks or similar incidents recently that stand out as particularly unusual? The Tenryou Commission had very few leads. I thought you might have some information from different sources.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. But typically, it's only the most trivial events that manage to escape their attention. If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault, in which case the Tenryou Commission would absolutely get involved.
That does make sense. Uh-oh. Looks like the trail's already run cold.
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere. Few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now. I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around me. In fact, I'm quite relieved that you were the one he targeted. It would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured or lose their life because of me. For the poor victim, this would be a completely senseless crime.
Don't worry, we'll find him.
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaidehara. Surely this same concern for your fellow man is what drove you to fearlessly raise your blade against the almighty Shogun.
You flatter me. Truth be told, I don't know quite what came over me in that moment.
You are much too humble. Don't worry, I completely understand your concerns. I will try my best to gather whatever leads I can for you. Oh, actually, there was one strange incident over the last few days. It doesn't involve an attack, though. Let me tell you about it just in case.
Sure. During times like this, the more information we have, the better.
All right then. Recently, 2 people went missing from the city at around the same time. One of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma Yuya, is a samurai from the Amenoma clan.
Amenoma. Now there's a familiar name.
Ooh.
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo, the owner of Amenoma Smithy. 2 grown men going missing at the same time. Their cases are likely connected, but I don't know much in the way of details. I recalled this because Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial artist who is skilled with the blade. Perhaps he is the one you are looking for.
Understood, though it seems highly unlikely to me. I neither know this man, nor do I have any idea why he may wish to attack me.
Sure, can't hurt. We never know what we might find out along the way.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making some inquiries at the Amenoma Smithy.
Sounds good. All the best with your invest.
Alright, tuh.
One with nature.
Ah, if it isn't Kaedehara Kazuha,
What
what
makes
brings you here
here?
today?
Huh? You 2 know each other?
Yes, the Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden. Historically, there have always been deep links between the 2 clans. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects. Yes, you may recall the story of the Raiden Gokaden from the Iridori Festival.
Though all bladesmiths trace their craft back to the same source, over time, each of us has arrived at a different blade-making philosophy, spawning the development of different branches of the same art. As an example, the Amenoma art strives to emulate the abiding patience and determination of water as it turns stone to sand. There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day in and day out, until both body and mind have memorized. As for the art of
That's right, for only a
Indeed, you are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade. It gladdens my heart to see that although the Kaedehara clan has fallen on hard times, its ideals and virtues are...
You overestimate me. My actions are guided by my own personal sentiments, not by any noble aspirations on behalf of my clan. But let's get back on topic. The purpose of our visit today is to gather some information on your missing nephew. We hope to assist with the
Ah, yes. He didn't say a but I've done what I...
We heard that there...
Yes. I believe he went to collect the... Yes. Stray.
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give?
If I had to guess, he's never been... He is
Truth be told, based on the evidence...
What? He is humble and kind. Yes. But... I also cannot... Anyway...
Don't worry. You have our word.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think...
Yes. It sounds as if something happened. Let's pay a visit.
Okay. Unrelenting patience and the willpower to move mountains.
Let's pay a visit.
Welcome to
Time to go. Wind Strider.
तो हमें छोरी माथा पड़नी पड़ी है।
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now. My husband has gone missing, and I'm still trying to find.
Don't tell me I'm sorry.
I'm sorry you.
I'm afraid we don't have any new information at the moment. With this in mind.
He'd always get so everything was fine.
Uh-oh.
He lost his sense. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. He wouldn't sell them. I'm happy he has on the last day that.
Whoa!
And that led.
Actually, it didn't. You must understand. After I said those, his voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, had I not indulged, and I also don't know if he had actually. The next thing I heard was.
I see. Ame-no-me-yu.
At first, but my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries. I don't know. He just perhaps he's too. As long as he's willing to.
Please don't get up. If collecting but the information we gather.
A little confused.
Let's try a change of scenery. Rest assured.
Thank you so.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance. The fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded, though its exact role is a mystery. Do you have any thoughts?
Well, Paimon was thinking that maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp and, nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
An interesting explanation. I was also considering this possibility. Ame-no-me-yuya is an expert on swords. He could have noticed some problematic details about Mr. Nagato's collectibles. Maybe he recognized a blade as a fake, or a well-known stolen item. Either way, after arguing about it, the two men agreed to hide the truth of this matter. They thought a fire would destroy everything. But then the Tenryou Commission began investigating. But it's one fact that I keep coming back. Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, the more I ponder it, the more puzzling. Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no other details that we've learned. Ame-no-me-yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker.
Darn! We thought we could get two birds with one stone here.
Let's keep going. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Miss.
Okay.
Let's head out of this. I follow the wind. Wait. I hear something ominous.
Oh! This must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear. As
What's
sketchy as
this?
that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing.
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to the sound. It's right around here somewhere.
But there's nothing here.
It's gone now, but I can still sense the direction it left in. It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami. Indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation. We should remain vigilant and approach slowly.
So So it's an underground warehouse.
The force is definitely coming from down below. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since, judging from the concentration, I would have.
Mrs. Nagato.
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami energy at that time. From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys into violent monsters, but most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's unfulfilled will. Their interests become fanatical obsessions. Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with. The influence of Tatarigami could explain.
So what should we do now?
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside. If we don't open this door, we can move no closer. You needn't worry.
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
That was too scary! Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was about to jump.
All we can do now is keep searching in the dirt. Two ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. Yes, let's quiet your mind.
Wait, what? Oh, that's smoke.
From this point, the trail appears to split into two. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here and seems to be dissipating slowly.
Whoa! Look at all those hilly churls! They're acting really strangely.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
Torn to oblivion!
By the looks of it, well... According to this letter, a conflict arose because Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr.
So...
He was not only whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond... Yes, if Amenome...
Right! So let's get moving!
I wouldn't be surprised for a practitioner. All the clues that... I have a
Wait!
I believe so. On with the search. Follow the wind.
Why here?
I'm not sure. Show yourself!
Kaedehara KAZUHA. It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is the same guy from before! What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have against KAZUHA?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Amenome Yuya that stands... But what if instead of facing Amenome Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Now that you mention it, it is giving off a strange light. Whoa, whoa! Surely you don't mean... Are you serious?
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects, then works to subtly affect any living organisms in its vicinity. The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting, or rather, as a means to occupy.
You're sharper than I thought. Many years as a descent.
I presume it has...
Indeed, he was a blade. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his... He not only bestowed upon me. In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world, but also an irreplaceable achievement in the art of blade forging.
So, swords can become conscious and control people?
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other respects an ordinary weapon. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. I seek but one thing: to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power, the might of Ishin art.
Ah, so Amenoma Yuya was not your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you finish?
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission. When they got tired or injured or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to...
You're off!
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse. And at long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yuya's body, I have found you. And by your hand, I shall defeat the Raiden Shogun. Kaedehara KAZUHA, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve as my host for what is to come. Now, give your body over to me!
Wait a second, brother. Let me see for this Kazuha. Itre Kazuha? Nice. Noblesse. Noblesse with पा लेते हैं. Seriously, brother. 3-star weapon दे रखा है Kazuha को.
There is no escape! Everybody stand back!
This is...
ऐसे मत मर जाइए कोई. Almost मर गया.
Illusion shattered!
क्या था भाई ये?
Do not stand in my way, or I will strike you down too!
Your bluff's fooling no one! You've lost!
Lost? I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more. Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me, but this man. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will. The end result is the same. I will end this wretch's life before you can lift a finger. And even if I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small setback. My consciousness shall, by any means necessary, and any medium available, I shall return and fulfill my destiny!
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art. But from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled mania and despair.
Really? You can tell all that just from his moves?
As I've mentioned before, the forms of Ishin art convey the user's... Since the blade is currently possessing Amenoma Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the blade. If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate...
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you? On his deathbed, he passed to me in that regard.
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering, now that I've seen... After all... Only when Mr. Well, you were determined. I think you realize, but the way I see...
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal.
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But even if you were to sever that divine light, is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired?
You...
Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art. How could you
Silence, you blabbering fool! I will concede.
And you should face reality.
Easy for you to say. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self... It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the KAZUHA clan. If you wish to save this man...
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet, and I will put your strength to the test.
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demands.
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. A taste of my power will more than convince you. Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenoma Yuya from your control.
I accept.
Don't do this, KAZUHA!
This is the only way to save Amenoma Yuya. If we don't do this, he'll forever be the Blade's puppet. The Cursed Blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating. This suggests his heart is still not completely devoid of honor. The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing obsessions. This is the reason Mr. Nagato and Amenoma Yuya... Even if things take a turn for the worse, I still have you both here with me. We have a chance here to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks entailed.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. Now, take...
KAZUHA?
I'm okay. I felt a little dizzy at first, but only for a moment. It's all right. So far, this was as I expected. I will. Thank you.
What should we do next? Have you got a plan, KAZUHA?
We find some enemies. Although this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't experienced many real fights. If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and bearer, it cannot unleash its true power. If he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it. He shouldn't last long in an intense combat situation.
Wait a minute! Paimon remembers hearing about something from the Adventurers Guild. Since the Takasukasa clan abandoned that secret base, it's been What about Amin?
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't regained his own consciousness yet, he is not in any immediate...
Are we sure this is a good idea? Okay,
रिपोर्टर में अनलॉक ये
चप्पल चोर
Taking a stroll in the...
ऐसा क्या भाई वो ये
I shall protect the lady of...
Time to go.
Brother, this guy is sling.
Time to go.
Wait, isn't ये तो सेम विडो में जहाँ रेडन के लिए भी आए थे हम, है ना? Yep, definitely वही है. Oh.
Leave everything on this journey to me.
Oh.
किसका है ये? R3.
There's more.
One with nature.
Finally,
Welcome guys. Welcome to stream.
it's my lucky day.
Into the wind.
Ghost.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Easy.
How are you feeling? You
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, it's become very difficult to use. Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do...
something else?
Let's keep going.
Just listening, yeah.
I missed it.
Let's get down to
The wind
business.
knows
There's more.
into the wind. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Let's get down to business.
The wind knows me. It's fine.
Easy.
Whoa! Something's up with the blade!
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is becoming more and more difficult for me to wield. He cannot hold out much longer.
But what would that do?
I will be careful with it. He's...
No chest, eh? Wait, पागल है?
Time to go. The wind knows me. One with wind and cloud. Into the wind.
Are you okay? It looked like you were really stressed.
Yes,
Come
and it looks like he's reached his limit.
The shine's grown a bit
Perhaps this time we'll...
true form.
अरे यार तुम मत जंप दो यार.
Talking about? Huh?
पका रहे हो.
What the? Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk.
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken. It barely needs stating anymore.
And then
Your ambition is a flight of fancy. I've finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be able to wield commendable power. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty, nor can I empathize. The only one who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
Huh? What's that supposed to...
Here they are! Take them down!
Where do they keep coming from? Yup, we can help.
Don't worry. I'll use my own blade. It's just more of the same.
कौन सी ब्लेड है इसमें? फाइटर ब्लेड. Why not?
One with nature. Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds call.
You fought way better with your own sword.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. Though we fought briefly together, you have seen me for who I really am. No one knew anything of my story. I thought that if I...
But in this too...
Indeed, too much time has passed. Yours is...
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
What?
Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time. Plus, in the moment that I most needed it, I received aid from another power. Skill, blade, determination, and desire. All these must be aligned. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami. Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your mania and savagery. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it.
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenoma Yuya. I feel a great sense. The moment you embark, you have known this.
He gave me everything. How could I possibly deny him this? I said to him, do not... How could I go back on my...
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled. I have...
Where are you going, Kazuha?
What?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's give him some time to reflect on things. One with nature.
Let's light it up!
When I touched the hilt for the first time, a bladesmith lay quietly on the bed. A newly forged blade lay by his side.
Wow.
Indeed. He spent the rest of his life in the... He felt so he all he wanted to...
So that would have...
Right. This blade... Yes. Time would not wait. He seems to have...
When I look back at the past, I can remember the day of... I once told him that, but darkness, not only did I...
You are finally seeing...
Since we agreed, but I still cannot bring myself to forsake his... So, may I ask you to help me fulfill the ambitions of myself and my creator?
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix, too? Jeez, don't push your luck, mister.
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. And if my physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some value to you.
His attitude has grown a lot milder. What do you think, Kazuha? Should we...
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. Alas, nor have I ever. My fights were devoid of you.
Oh?
I will release. You must have plenty of reasons to both hate.
Understood. Then...
I see. He used my body to inflict harm on others. I utterly despise him and his... If a duel can help, I do not wish to be...
There's no need to...
Thanks for your help.
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could... In any case...
खत्म हो गई ऑलमोस्ट ये सड़ी हुई स्टोरी
Into the wind! I follow the wind.
कितने पे जब मिले
अभी खत्म नहीं हुई कर रहा हूँ
This reminds Paimon
Almost
a bit
awake.
of the Crux Clash. Yep, we still can't let our guard down. Still. Are you ready?
Ready? Okay. Successor of Ishin art. Kaedahara Kazuha.
Successor of Amenoma art. Amenome Yuya.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor also.
ओके काज़ुहा बन के फाइट करने हैं बस ब्लेड बोला क्रॉस करनी है और फिर साला एलिमेंटल चीज यूज करो ब्लेड ही से मारूंगा मैं भी ब्लेड ही से मारूंगा मैं भी स्किल वगैरह यूज नहीं करूंगा
नाइस ये बताया
ब्लेड की बात है ना ब्लेड ही से मारूंगा
वी आर रियल मैन हैं
और भाई
That hurts.
Oh no, so I was wounded by ammonia. He took my most precious blade. I chased him, but could not catch him. I laid down her to rest on account of my exhaustion. I thought that I might croak right here. My stomach keep on bleeding, but it seems that some strange power has stranded me. Why did he steal the blade? I was going to steal it to him, sell it to him. He even burned my weapon down. I thought it hurt, but for some reason I can't fall unconscious. So all I can do to distract from the pain is right. What will happen if you success me? I'm sorry to them. I really only now to do I realize how stuck in my way I was and how blind to my expression. I must have been cursed. I collected all those strange and bizarre things, but they wound me. Not one iota of happiness of or worth. Put all of it together and it still wouldn't have been worth a single word from her mouth. Thank you and sorry for letting
Yeah. लास्ट में प्लान ट्रैक करूंगा माय फाइनल मूव इधर आ लेट्स गो नाउ दैट्स अ शॉट
Thank you for the experience. Although he appears battered and broken, in your hands it seems he's regained a glimmer of brilliance, his sense of savage.
You also fought. There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all.
You need not seek my forgiveness. Nor it is too late for all.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still has a worthy successor in Kaede. I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes. I too trust Mr. Kaedehara to do the right thing.
Thank you, successor of
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amenoma smithy. Maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want?
I'm not sure.
ठीक बनना चाहेगा दोबारा से साला तेज चलता है वो
Time to go. Time to go.
Shine down.
It's
I am sorry to have troubled you.
a prized ish. But I have some.
Really?
Yes. Badly. And now that you.
I think I know.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief...
what? No way! Hasn't it learned?
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use my body for anything nefarious. I have decided to let him do it.
But he.
Thank you. Okay. I am ready. Let us begin.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness.
होगा
आ गया
You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
एक स्वॉर्ड की स्टोरी देख के गूज़बम्स आ रहे हैं बताओ यार ऐसे 3 दिन आ गए स्वॉर्ड की स्टोरी देख के गूज़बम्स आ रहे हैं
शांत रहना
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It was the first time I ever heard his name. It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions, and thus chose to bury this name deep within his heart. Only in the final moments, before his consciousness faded, was he...
Seems like he really...
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation, speaking for myself. I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistake. I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my... Hearing your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way. After everything I've seen, Perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
Oh, Kazuha.
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
Wait, shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kamaji?
Oh, you're right. We need to tell him about the findings of our investigation, and it's also time to give him a response to the offer he made me. Time to go.
What's my first step in becoming an outstanding...
One with nature.
चमक रहा भाई.
Time to go.
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed, we're most fortunate that no lives were lost. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amanome Yuya should conclude soon. I do not believe he'll—
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin, a weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaidahara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
I see. I understand.
The Kaidahara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya. That would not suit me.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our intent.
But Ayato still
I am aware,
sucks.
but I still desire
Ayato
to
still
continue
sucks.
walking my own path.
Very well. I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never raised. However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the Shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform me.
Great. Thank you for your generosity.
हराएगा तो काज़ुहा ही.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for now. As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me. Follow the wind. Time to go. Time to go. Into the wind. One with nature.
Adventure time.
Into the wind.
Gather!
Teamwork is dreamwork.
One with nature. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
There is no escape. Now you shall perish.
I will have order.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
It is as the stars.
Delve into death.
Into the wind.
I'm going in.
Poco esto.
Let's light it up.
The wind knows me. As one with wind and cloud.
Illusion shattered. That's gonna hurt in the morning.
Into the wind.
Let's light it up. There is no escape. Let me scry.
नोटिस करेंगे रेडन का भाई
One with nature. The wind knows me.
Shine down.
fallen leaves adorn my nut.
Decided by destiny. Inazuma shines eternal.
नहीं मोना कार्ड नहीं दे पाया मैं अब बैनेट का भी लिया नहीं ये यार मिस हो गया बहुत कुछ ना मोना का कार्ड ले पाया टिंडन से ना बैन मोना का लिया कैसे बैनेट का नहीं लिया बैनेट जा सकते
अरे
There is no escape.
Into the wind.
Delves into destiny. Teamwork is dreamwork. Shine down.
One with nature.
Shadows of fate.
The wind knows me.
Let's light it up. Written in the stars. Let me scribe.
One with nature.
I'm going in.
Into the wind.
Delves into destiny. Yeah. Off we go.
आहा मेरे को लग रहा है अब वो मिलेगा क्या बोलते हैं एक था नहीं इधर रास्ता पीछे उसके लिए वो पेटी
नहीं मिलेगा कुछ नहीं मिलेगा सपने मत देखना
अरे उस दिन जो हम बोल नहीं रहे थे वो खोजा नहीं है वो वाला डोमेन नहीं है
तो
No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on.
मेरे को तो पास में लगा लोअर करेक्टर
One with nature.
Everybody stand back. Illusion shattered. Fate is upon you.
As one with wind and cloud.
Now you shall perish.
अरे नहीं यार रेड ने फिर से क्रिएट नहीं किया और मैंने बहुत सी चीजें ऊपर नीचे करी मैंने इलेक्ट्रोड सेल नहीं कर पाया
Sure.
बंद करूंगा फिर आज की
What is
स्ट्रीम
the
नहीं पे
situation?
तू तो स्टोरी पूरा स्किप किया क्या
ना
इतना जल्दी कैसे हुआ मेरे स्टार्ट में तो स्टार्ट किया था
मैंने थोड़ी सी पहले से कर रखी थी
हाँ तो अभी मैं डोमेन घुसा हूँ पता है
was not just that
Solidify!
Let's light it up.
The wind knows me.
Stabilize!
There is no escape.
Solidify!
Shine down. I'm going in.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Illusion shattered. Inazuma shines eternal.
Order guide you. Gather.
One with nature.
Let's light it up. Shine down.
Into the wind.
Stabilize.
Everybody stand back.
One with nature. As one with wind and cloud.
Now you shall perish.
And we access sempre banco.
Wind Strider. Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade. It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
AT. कितना 5 चला
60 प्रीमियम दे बस आपने सिर्फ 60 only 60 चलो भाई 2 घंटे की बस शुरू हुई बंद करते हैं